Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, what a day. Pretty boring day actually on the Bitcoin chart in the crypto world, in the crypto sector. It was a quiet Saturday. Not much of a surprise given that we are in a wave 4, typical wave 4 weekend as it seems. And yeah, in this video I want to share with you the short-term chart, but also we want to take a quick look at Bitcoin dominance. So it's worth to stay tuned and stay with us, and then we'll take a look at Bitcoin dominance at the end. Here still, the idea, if you've been following the videos, it's just a quick update here, but the idea is currently that a wave 4 bottomed on the 1st of May. That's the idea I'm following as long as these support levels are holding between 64.3 and 69K basically. Okay, so this is the support area that should be holding to keep that scenario alive. Then we could rally once more in wave 5 towards the 76K region. I currently see nothing that would invalidate this idea or this structure. So the focus can still be on higher prices. The idea is currently that this wave 4 could unfold as a WXY pattern. Again, in this case, 64.4K definitely needs to hold. Doesn't mean it doesn't need to be tested. Okay, but this is sort of the level that really would need to hold. Below that level, I have to assume that this B wave topped. That's the white count. Okay, and that is our short-term bearish scenario in which the price would then come down here into the lower support region again, probably into the region between 55 to 58K. But as long as we're holding the upper support, there is no sign of a C wave to the downside, especially given that all these movements to the downside were just corrective pullbacks so far. So there was no impulsive pullback, no impulse to the downside, no strong downtrend. No, in fact, we're holding support. I mean, it's just that the price hasn't really started to rally impulsively yet and not yet broken out. It's just consolidation, which however could be interpreted as bullish potentially, especially as long as we're holding above support. The analysis helps us to understand what the support area is, and the next levels below the current price are 67,167, 65,755 and 64,374. That has not changed at all. And yeah, looking at the very short term, again, we could be dealing here with a triangle as well. That would mean the wave 4 is actually a triangle, and we need one more D wave and then an E wave. And this D wave would be a lower high and the E wave a higher low. And it's possible that the D wave itself currently is forming as an ABC structure. And an ideal target range for the D wave is between 68,255 and 69,272. And a break above the last high, 69,500, would be a first indication that indeed we are on the next move to the upside. A break below the last low at 66,640 would invalidate the triangle as it is, but it would still allow the wave 4 to unfold as a WXY structure. Yeah, and this is Bitcoin, no change, so I keep it short, but we can take a look at Bitcoin dominance. If I still have it open, I might need to, there it is. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance is sketched out here on the chart as a downtrend in a potential impulse. Please disregard really a long-term outlook here or anything. I mean, I'm not saying it will come down to 20% or 10%. I just use Elliott waves here sort of as a model because this chart is obviously in percentage terms, okay, in percent, measured in percent. And therefore we can't read instead of absolute numbers. So we can't really use the Fibonacci retracement and extension tools with, let's say, high accuracy or reliability because they just don't work with percent so well. Yeah. For example, Fibonacci extensions to the upside. I mean, the lowest it could go is to 0. That's typically the case. But to the upside, for example, it's weird. It can only go to 100. So yeah, it normally doesn't work like that, but we can still use the Elliott wave method to track some basic structures. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'd rather think that we are moving up here in this flat correction, which I've labeled as an ABC structure. The wave count hasn't changed in many months. I've already been tracking it like that end of, I think end of 22 even. So I've been talking about it at the time in one of our member live streams. So it's moved into resistance now. Yeah, we have a resistance range between 54 and 64%. And from here, we could then start to turn to the downside. But there is currently no top signal in place. So I need minimally a break below the trend line and then a break below the last low. A break below the last low will be very important. So a break below round about 50.5%. And then I think a good possible target to the downside could be a move down to round about 40.5%, 41%, this trend line. And then we'll see how we're dealing with support in that region. Also these previous swing lows, which are around 40%, they could offer some additional support. But that means in summary, I think the price is in resistance. We could be close to a top not confirmed yet. Also pay attention to the overhead trend line here. The descending trend line could act as an additional resistance together with that 61.8 retracement there at 58%. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.